Welcome to the all-new Taking the City Show podcast, and I am your host, Greg Jackson, a.k.a. G-Rain Rilla. Hey, listen, you already know we're on the mission of the soul harvest. Let's help populate heaven. I'm so excited to have our special guest on with us, Chantel Rhodes. I've known you for a long time. I've watched you grow from a little girl all the way to a leader,
grown woman
in our community, man.
Yes,
welcome to the show.
Thank you, Pastor Greg Jackson. I appreciate you. Just for context, you can tell me how we met. We met on the battlefield, I would say. You were on the battlefield for sure. We met through Mount Hermon Ministries, where I think I was in high school at the time.
Yes, you were.
And you had teamed up with a few of the ministers there. You all were going out, taking the gospel out to the streets, to the people. Faith in the trenches. Matter of fact, faith in the trenches. So I got an opportunity to wear this shirt today. So yes, thank you so much for having me. I look forward to this discussion.
I am so excited about having you on this evening. And you have grown so much, and truly it's a blessing to have you on with us. Without further ado, we want to go ahead and dive right into it.
Yes.
You are running for city council.
Yes.
Ward 3.
Ward 3 for the second time, actually.
For the second time.
This is my second time running for this particular seat. I'm excited. I learned a lot from my first campaign. Experience is the best teacher. That's what they say.
Right.
So I am back in the race this time with some of the same rules and procedures that I used before, but a lot more wisdom, a lot more attention on this race. This race has gotten a lot of attention, and I'm excited about that because when we talk about what my vision is, that's the vision I have for our city, for our people, especially in the Dunbar community. And Ward 3 encompasses the Dunbar community, not all inclusive of Dunbar. However, Dunbar is a portion of Ward 3. And when we talk about my vision, we'll get to it. I'm gonna let you lead this conversation, but we've got a lot to cover.
We got a lot to cover in a short time here. Shout out to all the candidates, by the way.
Absolutely.
It's not easy doing this, and I just want to thank all of you for just answering the call to be a voice in our community.
Absolutely.
And so we wanted to go ahead and cover that.
Absolutely. Can I speak on that real quick? Shout out to, no disrespect to the current elect. As a matter of fact, to your point, it does take courage. I know a lot of people can it is so easy to point fingers at who is doing things a certain way, who's not doing this, who's not doing that. But when we tell our kids that they can go off and to be all that they can be, the expectation is that they bring it back home. They bring it back home, those skills, the things that they've learned. At least that's been my experience. And I'm excited to bring it back to the crib, back to Fort Myers. Everything that I've learned, everything that I've taken on, all of the challenges, all of the many projects that I've had an opportunity to work on throughout my life, throughout the past couple of years, especially. But I'm excited.
Absolutely. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Tell everybody about yourself. What led you to run for city council?
What led me to run for city council is I would like to see Ward 3 be represented in a way that I feel is honorable to our people. I would like to see myself in a position where I can say, let me take the academic training that I've received in advocacy and pair that with real world experiences with the people that I communicate with, the people I encounter every single day. And basically, I want to be that translator, that master translator, because that's what the representative, I think, essentially is responsible for. So when we give a shout out to our elected officials, I can appreciate people who are responsive, who are open to communication, who will say, yeah, I'll come and provide information, because essentially what you have to do is hear the voice of the people and be able to translate that to government.
Right.
Then you have to be able to hear government and then translate that back to the people. This is what is going on. This is the rules this is the emotions or the agenda that was put forth. These are the decisions we have to make. These are the parameters we have to work in. This is the budget we got to work for.
I got you.
And I want people to, when they move, I want them to move by making educated decisions and being informed. And I think ultimately you asked me who I am. That's such a big question.
Yeah.
But essentially I'm a social worker first and foremost, and I'm very proud of my work in social work. I'm proud of my background in social work. Shout out to all the social workers out there who are working to make a difference in the lives of people individually and collectively.
Great response. So what experiences have prepared you for this role?
What experiences okay, so for this moment right now, the main experience that prepared me for running for city council was running the first time. Experience is the best teacher. So running for public office is not for the weak. I will say that, because as you can see, it's going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot of finger pointing. There's going to be a lot of people putting pressure on you to see how well this person stands under pressure. But running the first time is, I think, the best equipment that I can say that prepared me for my second race and what could be my third race, my fourth, my fifth, in the spirit of Miss Veronica Shoemaker, who ran 17 times before eventually getting elected. And as a little girl, I had the opportunity to know Miss Shoemaker, as well as Dr. Ann Knight, who served as councilwoman, as well as Miss Frankie Jennings, and a plethora of black women who stood up to the plate and said, all right, we're gonna take on this leadership role in terms of government.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So why do you feel as though now is the right time for you to serve in this position?
That's an interesting question. When is it ever the right time to do anything? Do I have to wait until I feel like I know every single thing before I say I can do it, I can represent? I don't believe that is the answer. I think it's a matter of when you have the energy, when you have the courage to do something, and when you feel that unctioning. In church culture, we'll use the term unction. When you when you have that compelling spirit, that spirit that moves you. And in addition to my grandparents, my mother, who is very much a community figure, my grandparents, my grandmother was an educator, my grandfather was known actually as the black mayor. Shout out to Mr. Jerome Edie, Miss Bertha Edie, for their role in shaping me as an individual and for their contribution to the Dunbar community in particular. But I have that unctioning. I have that ability to say I don't have it all together. I'm not perfect. I'm not sure what anybody would expect from myself or any elected representative, but I have the energy. I have the wherewithal, the bandwidth. To be able to say, yes, I'll answer questions. Yes, I'll show up to this conversation. Yes, I want to speak on these things. So I hope that answers your question about why this is a good time for me to come out and say, yes, I want to run for this seat yet again.
You're doing a really good job. What do you love most? Here's my next question. What do you love most about Ward 3?
What I love most about Ward 3 is my personal connection to Ward 3.
Gotcha.
So my connection to Ward 3 goes back to before I was born. As I just mentioned, my grandparents, they established a home in Ward 3, and I believe the year was 1960. My mother was about 2 years old, so my mother grew up in Ward 3 herself, and essentially I had connections to Ward 3 through Mount Hermon too. Mount Hermon Christian School. I was educated in Ward 3. So it goes back to my childhood, my upbringing. But what I love most about Ward 3 is that Ward 3 is flourishing. Ward 3 has a lot of potential as well. We know there are entities and amazing organizations like the Stars Complex, like Quality Life Center. Even though Quality Life Center is right across the street from Ward 3, it actually is situated in Ward 2. But we have amazing potential. We have amazing people. I have amazing neighbors, amazing businesses, even in Ward 3. And Ward 3 is just a special place.
Okay.
Yeah.
For the next 4 years.
Okay.
what is your vision for Ward 3?
For the next 4 years, my vision for Ward 3 is to see people energized about Ward 3. Not just Ward 3, but the city of Fort Myers in general. So there has been a lot of talk on Facebook since I announced that I was running for Ward 3. I did not announce it 2.5 years in advance like I did when my previous run. I kept it on the low. I prepared. I got my spirit together. I recovered from the first run because it takes a lot out of you. But in terms of my vision, what I expect is a people that are involved, people that practice civic engagement and value civic engagement, value what they can bring to the table. Not everybody is going to be situated in terms of an elected position.
Right.
Not everyone is going to be a loud voice or a person at the forefront, but there are so many people right now, we've discussed this, that are working with youth on a daily basis, whether that's through athletics, whether that's through academics. Shout out to the Legacy Center of Southwest Florida. I just had an opportunity yesterday to talk to a group of students right in our community who are spending their summer practicing leadership skills, practicing how to be public speakers, practicing how to advocate for themselves and for other people. So the potential is there, the vision is there, and I think people are starting to pay attention a little bit more, and that's what I would like to see more of.
So what are the biggest challenges facing Ward 3 today?
Can I be honest?
Come on.
Can I be honest? Not for real, man.
Come on with it.
Man, all right.
Come on with it.
The biggest challenge that from what I can see is ignorance. And ignorance is something that we all carry. I'm ignorant to your day-to-day life, your day-to-day job. I can only speak from a certain perspective. But the term loud and wrong comes to my mind when I see people who do have influence and they have a voice, and there's a lot of misinformation going around. There's a lot of people who kind of are in a position where they're saying, I'm content with knowing what I know and I don't need to hear anything else. I ain't trying to learn nothing else. And ignorance can be heavy to bear. And so for me, it is a matter of trying to address that with compassion, but also address it. You know, because I don't want to fashion myself as a person who shies away from any conversation. Because conversation is how we grow. I've believed that for a very long time, and you and I have talked about that as well, even when it comes to disagreement. But the ignorance of people feeling as though what I see from my vantage point is the only vantage point. And I'm going to speak on this, and I don't care how many people follow, it. It's still a very sensitive matter when you're dealing with people who don't have the right information to even make judgments, to even make decisions on which elected official will I choose to support, which elected official will I choose to trust based on their history, their track record. So I ain't gonna front. I've called out a couple community leaders as they challenge me and as they call me out and ask me questions. I am a person that I do not mind challenging people because challenging people is how you can show that you love them.
Now you're like you are my little sis, and I look up to you, and I have a question to ask. How are you, because there's a lot of controversy surrounding Chantel Rhodes
at this point? Yes, sir.
How do you navigate through this, and how do you bring about positivity?
That's a beautiful question, Pastor Greg. How do I navigate this season of my life where I am being challenged, where I am being kind of roughed up, being talked about? And what I do is I embrace it. I embrace it through my strength. Which is the art of conversation. I notice a lot of people may be comfortable putting something out there, but when it's time to follow up with that same discussion and unpack it and elaborate, a lot of people fall short. But I've had people in my corner praying for me. I gave a shout out yesterday. I have the mothers that are calling me, the senior citizens in Dunbar who I'm connected to through church, through nonprofit organizations. People have been reaching out to me saying, Chantel, read this scripture. Make sure you pray before this. I have a mother that loves on me. Shout out to my mother, Darlene. I have a father. I have family members that support me, and that is where I've gained my strength from. But I guess if we're gonna say where my strength comes from,
Amen.
I mean, think about it. Essentially, if somebody put me up to do this job, I probably would have crumbled by now if I didn't have the if I didn't have that, like I said, that unctioning, that leading. That put me in this position, that qualified me, that put me up here. And so if I gotta say, where does my strength come from? It comes from ultimately the source of all of our power,
gotcha.
which is God. And I'm not afraid to say that. I'm not afraid to acknowledge that I've had to say, all right, Lord, redirect me.
Amen.
If I'm wrong,
Amen.
all right,
Amen.
okay. My sister, our sister Jasmine, she challenged me every morning.
Shout out to Jasmine.
Shout out to Sister Jasmine. She's been on the battlefield for a very long time. She challenged me to pray every single morning, establish a prayer. She said, I don't know what your prayer life is like. I say, hey, it could use a little work. I ain't gonna front. My prayer life could use a little work, but what a beautiful opportunity for me to increase my prayer life as I'm still addressing public concern and addressing the issues that arise every single day.
Right. Okay, Chantel, if elected, what would be your first top priorities in the first 100 days?
Wow, what a beautiful question. I can honestly say I have not pondered it in terms of first 100 days. But the first thing I have pondered, if elected, what I will spend time doing is expressing gratitude. Expressing gratitude for what put me in that position, for even the challengers, the naysayers, the opposition that sharpens you, because that pushback is necessary for growth too. But establishing appreciation and establishing open communication. Because once people get into office, I think the frustration and the mistrust with elected officials is that I can't hear from them. I don't hear from them. They don't respond to my emails. They don't respond to my calls. I'm having issues with whether it be plumbing, whether I can't get a hold of anybody at the city of Fort Myers because a pipe has burst in front of my front yard. And it's so frustrating to feel like your elected official is not accessible to you. So even as a candidate, I feel like I have practiced and put forth and established open communication. But my first 100 days, my response would be, let's talk. Come to me. Let's talk about it. Tell me how you feel. Tell me what your concerns are, and tell me how we can work together. Because it's not the duty of the elected official to do all the work of improving a community. I know that some people may believe that. But that is not how I see things, and I'll be adamant about challenging people as they challenge me. I don't mind challenging you back and say, okay, how can we work together to improve conditions in our neighborhoods? Right.
So how would residents know that you're keeping your promise?
That is how you know somebody is keeping their promise, because you're in contact with them. They don't disappear. Okay. They don't disappear, because what I have heard over the past few days is that presence matters. People want their elected officials to be accessible. They want them to not ignore me. Don't knock on my door and beat my door down when you're trying to get this vote, and then peace, I don't hear from you no more. Especially even when it comes to church. A lot of the elected officials, they'll learn a few Bible verses that they learned overnight to go up there and present to a ministry or something and say, hey, can I have your vote? And people don't ever see you again. And I want to establish myself as a person. You can reach me, you can talk to me. I want to have these conversations. Let me talk. I want to talk.
Right. So moving into the next question, public safety is very important.
For sure.
So how would you go about addressing people's concerns in regards to crime and safety? Wonderful
question. Something that a lot of people may not realize is that beautification and safety kind of go hand in hand. Right. I studied criminology, for those of you who don't know, at the University of South Florida. That's where I got my undergraduate degree. And one of the mindsets of a criminal is to go into a neighborhood that is run down, because it shows that you don't care about your neighborhood. So perhaps these people may not even have cameras. They may not have, there may be a stigma that police won't even show up in a certain matter of time. Right. So believe it or not, criminals are actually attracted to neighborhoods that are run down. So when I talk to kids, not just because I'm running for office, but all throughout the years, I'm encouraging them, pick up the trash in front of your neighborhood, in front of your front door. Don't just take the candy out the wrapper and throw it on the ground. And unfortunately, we do see a lot of that. Look at the streets of Ward 3 in and around the Stars after an event like the Easter Parade, where you're going to see so much trash. You're going to see so much, and my push is that we care beyond just the attacks, just the little words and verbiage that may come from just trying to be oppositional to actually caring about what our community looks like. Even uniformity. I learned this from an elected official by meeting with an elected official. When the mailboxes all look the same, when there's a uniform look, that's an automatic deterrent for people that's coming in trying to cause harm to that community. Right. So safety beautification, I don't know if that answers your question fully, but I'm always here.
That answers my question.
Yeah.
We're going to touch on two more questions here.
All right.
How do you plan on partnering with nonprofit organizations, churches, and community leaders to make a difference in the community?
So another shout out to the beautiful field of social work and social work practice, because academically that is what we are trained to do, is to partner with law enforcement, with nonprofit organizations, with churches. Even as a school social worker, I had to be in a position to meet the needs of those students, whether those students were struggling with hunger and homelessness. I had to be able to say, here is the organization that you can turn to for this. Whether people are struggling with the disease of addiction, let's talk about how that plagues our community. And shout out to the incumbent, because opioid addiction is something that the incumbent did address previously, maybe some years back. That plagues our community. Let people come to you as a representative and say, how can I seek safe treatment for alcoholism, for opioid addiction, for heroin addiction, all of these things that plague us as a community that maybe some people are not ready to delve deep and talk deeper about. But as a social worker first, not a politician, as a social worker first, I'm going to use those same skills in advocacy, in resource building and connection building. It could start in the church. You know how many churches provide relief for people when they can't pay their bills, when they can't feed their families? I'm in connection with churches because churches help the people. Shout out to City Takers Ministry. I know you got your questions, but I want to give a quick shout out to City Takers, which is situated right here in beautiful Ward 3. Tell us a little bit about City Takers, this actual establishment, and how you all provide for the people.
Wow.
That's social work practice.
We are a missions hub for churches and a lighthouse to the community. So we provide different types of resources, but our mission goes far and beyond. We're in the schools, we're in the jails, we're in the prisons.
Absolutely.
So we do a lot. We do a lot.
People are here lined up to get diapers, to get milk, water, food for their families, and that is a part. I have to know, as an effective social worker, I have to know about organizations like City Takers. And guess what? City Takers ain't just trying to feed your belly.
Amen.
City Takers trying to feed your soul.
The spirit, man. Amen.
Listen, City Takers say, let's take it a step further. And because I don't know, I think I heard something about man shall not live by bread alone. I don't know. I ain't been in my little scriptures in a long time.
Last question. Thank you so much. I'm humbled and honored by your words, especially coming from my little sis. How do you plan to attract businesses and jobs to Ward 3?
You know what? That is something that I can honestly say I'm learning a little bit more about. Again, I don't feel as though I have all the answers. When people say, well, what is your agenda? I don't rely on an agenda. I rely on a style, method of connecting with people. There are businesses. Matter of fact, recently, there was a bill passed, and I know some people may do a little digging and researching in terms of removing certain money from minority businesses, and that affected a lot of businesses right here in the Dunbar community. And we had community leaders and business owners speak out about, hey, when you reallocate these funds, this hurts us because minority businesses, women-owned businesses, they may struggle with receiving loans so that they can run their businesses. So that's an ongoing conversation that is happening right now as we talk about DEI and all of these other massive buzzwords, affordable housing and stuff like that. I think when it comes to businesses and job creations, we have to take an examination of what businesses are established in and around Ward 3, who are they employing, and how are they supported? Are they supported through the city? Can we continue that? Or are we going to have to step back because the decree that came down from Florida law says, hey, we're gonna scale back because it's technically not fair to give certain money to minority business, but that's an ongoing conversation.
That is so good. The time is winding down. Chantel,
man,
thank you
it's
so
already
much.
Is it time to go, man?
It is.
I need an hour. I need an hour.
Thank you so much. We're gonna have you back on.
I hope so.
It's still a little ways to go.
I have a request.
Come on with it.
I would like to see our current elected officials, and since a lot of attention is on Ward 3, I want to take it a step further because only those who are in Ward 3 can have the option to even vote for me. So just because you live in the city, I'm not going to be on your ballot unless you live in that specific small area of Ward 3. But my request is that we have all of our elected officials from the mayor. The mayor is open and receptive. Mayor Kevin Anderson. That's why I love and respect him, because he will show up to have these discussions, to demystify any lies or misinformation, whether it's Darla Bonk, shout out to her, whether it's Diana Giraldo of Ward 2, whether it's Miss Teresa Watkins of Ward 1. We got 6 wards and we have a mayor, and I would like to see them come on your platform or any other platform to discuss what is going on in the city right now, especially as it pertains to topics like the stars. There's a lot of misinformation, and when we have an elected official present that information, my only request to everybody is that you respect them.
And I haven't met your opponents personally, and I would love to meet them. I would love to have them to come on as well. Listen, at the end of the day, we have to live in this community together.
Of course.
And we're stronger and better together. Thank you all for tuning in to the all new Take on the City Show podcast. I'm your host, Greg Jackson. Chantel, thank you very much.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. We got a lot of work to do, everybody.
Y'all take care. Jesus is Lord. God bless.